close, 8th. You just missed out. Just walk us through the race.
I mean, I executed my race plan that Mark gave me perfectly. I was at the front. I covered all the moves. I just couldn't keep together the last 100.
And I mean, what was the race strategy coming in?
Be close to the front. You know, pointed out in the semifinal, no one ran away from me, but I couldn't run up on them, so I needed to be at the front when the racing started. And I knew that somewhere from 800 to 600 ago it would really pick up. That's exactly what happened, and every time I was there, I went with the move. I was in 5th coming off the turn, or 6th, whatever, but I just didn't have it the last 100.
It was so tactical at the beginning. Were you confident in your kick?
I was confident that I would get to the point where I'd have a shot. I didn't know how it would go the last 400, but I knew if I positioned myself well that I'd at least have a chance.
It's been a really strong season for you, but obviously disappointed. How do you look back on the seasons?
I mean, this one's gonna sting for a little bit. Coming this far and being that close, but after it has a few days to sit in, I think I'll look back and see how far I really did come this year from thinking I wouldn't even might not make the U.S. final to almost making the world final. So yeah, it's gonna hurt for a while. Definitely motivate me for next year if I can be that close to being in the world final. I'm not there yet, but I've got 12 months to fix that.
What do you need to improve?
I need to improve my aerobic endurance so that when we get to that point in the race where it does go, I can be more fresh and not have gone quite into anaerobic yet. Once we got to 400 to go, I was already pushing pretty hard. So, if I can improve my aerobic fitness more, my aerobic base, to where I can prolong the point where I go anaerobic, I think that's what will get me there.
What were you thinking that last 100 was going through your mind?
I knew where I was, and I was counting people as they passed me. And when the 7th girl passed me, I was like, I gotta go. But my form fell apart. I didn't have anything. I think that's gonna be it for me. I've had a long year. I have a few more that I could do, but there's really no point right now. There's nothing that I see to be gained for it. I've run my Olympic standard. All that's left is now to get ready for next year.
All right, well, let's celebrate this season.